Hello, this is TurboZog702 hosting for Californiathon 2017. We are here at AOD at the Santa Clara Marriott. We are raising funds for Direct Relief, which is a fantastic charity that does a lot with disaster relief, emergency response, things of that nature. Feel free to check them out through Wikipedia and through Twitter and many other sources. A very accredited organization. Please do donate generously and responsibly. But we're hopping right back into the core of the marathon here. We have znubz, who's going to be running Mega Man Zero any percent right here. znubz, would you like to introduce yourself and your co-commentator here for this particular run?
I'm znubz, and this is Kai, my commentator. He's here for moral support, I guess.
I'm just an idiot. Let's begin.
This is, it's very much an X game, but I use a sword instead because I'm Zero, and I'm a lot cooler for sure. Not much really to say. I'll just get into it and fill in any things that I need to on the way, and we'll go from there. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
So this is any percent with mission skips. Mega Man Zero is a special game, let's put it that way. Usually you would say beat your enemy, progress, right? But you'll see that that rule kind of does not apply to this game now. You can literally skip like 80% of the game in like 5 minutes.
So up here I'm just gonna dash and pause for a manipulation for my sub-pixel lineup for this next fight, so I can get a glitch that causes me to get a lot of experience, so I can get a lot of my moves really early in the game.
So you're familiar with like the Mega Man X fight with Vile, lowers his health, gets hit, all that kind of jazz.
That should be good. If I mess that up, then I pretty much have to restart the level, or else I don't get any of my moves by endgame, and it's way too hard, but it only would waste like 50 seconds or so, so it wouldn't be too bad. At least for a marathon.
Man, if you had a hand cam on that A button.
So here we're just going back to the base because we rescued Zero because he was asleep, and CL here needs help because all the soldiers are useless. We skipped the cutscene where they all died because it's just way too slow to watch it.
Zero was asleep for apparently a century, and then for as story plot goes, X has also been awakened and pretty much creating a mass genocide. And Zero's supposed to save the day, I guess, and skip a lot of it. Seems right, znubz?
Pretty much, yeah.
So he's going so fast that the screen can't even scroll with him. So that happened, but yeah.
If you're not far enough off screen, the pillar will come up and you'll get stuck behind it, but making it over the first two is good enough.
When you see the rain going diagonally to the right, that's boosting him. That's what's pretty much causing most of it, along with his dashings.
Yeah. That's why I shot that gem kind of floating in the sky at the top of the building there, is because that changes the direction of the wind so I can move through the area faster.
Welcome, Aztec Falcon. Fastest way to kill him is just use these double slashes. If he managed to actually level up his Z Saber to do triple slash, it costs him more lag, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be double slashing most of these bosses, is because the third slash in my combo causes a lot of hit stun or invincibility frames on bosses, so it's just faster to wait and do the double slash combo again. And that I'm equipping for later, you'll see in a mission.
Those are cyber elves. They're basically your supports. They're nice and cute and do very funny things depending on what type of cyber elf you equip. The pink ones will usually heal you, increase your life bar, become a sub-tank, and this is him skipping like half the game.
Yeah, so quitting out of these two missions I'm about to quit out here skips me all the way to the end of the game, because most of the missions end up being optional, and
Apparently the
I just have
triggers
to.
is desert.
I just have to hit a couple triggers basically through the quest system, and after just doing these 2 missions and leaving them, but I didn't even have to complete them. I end up just at the very end of the game.
So if you guys
These
wanna,
are just the only required endgame missions that we're coming up to now.
So if you guys wanted a translation from that menu, the first one says retry, second one says retire, aka just get out. Screw it.
So yeah, the base got attacked here because I suck at doing missions, pretty much is the reason why. And we're here to clear up this room for this guy. He normally gives us weapons. I didn't get the glitch. There's a glitch if you exit the door.
It basically loads the text box outside the door and it stays.
Yeah, and you end up a little bit further outside the door than normal, which shaves a couple of seconds, which is nice. I will be going in this fight pretty low health, but it should all be the same RNG that I've manipulated during the fight, so this should go still pretty well. I actually almost messed that up with a double slash. That's a little scary.
I know it does, man.
And for that fight, hitting double slashes kind of is weird on his hitbox, so you just do single slashes, but he's one of the bosses that actually has a knockback animation that just allows you to just combo him specifically like that.
To give some note right now, he's about to enter Neo Arcadia, which is like what you would call like the Sigma stages. His weapons aren't exactly leveled. He doesn't even have a triple slash for his saber, full charge for his buster yet, but that's gonna change real quick.
Yeah.
Every
So,
attack gives
coming
you
into these
treats.
stages, I should be just coming up onto triple slash and spin slash if I don't already have it, which I do believe I have. But if not, then it really doesn't matter because it's kind of just more optional for this category. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have it yet. Yeah, I just got it right there, so nothing should really feel too off.
Looks like spin slash.
I guess while we have a short little break here, we can mention some of the incentives coming up here. We have a variety of naming bid war incentives if you want to check out the donations list. Make sure that if you donate for one of those that you do mention inside of the comment what you are hoping to name the file name or the character and which one you're donating for. Just to update you on the more recent ones that are coming up, we're going to have Survival Kids, which is going to be a file name selection. Currently the lead is Lonk with $30. We also have Frogger's Adventures, Temple of the Frog, file name. Currently AOD is in the lead with a single dollar, so feel free to snipe that like crazy. And then we have a variety of other ones, including names for Final Fantasy VI characters and many, many more. Feel free to donate to those. We'll be having a link at the bottom of the stream and the information, and we'll be linking it in the chat. Thank you.
So, at the beginning of the fight there, he actually gave me pretty much the best unmanipulated pattern, because if he jumps at me, it's kind of hard to dodge it, and it's just really annoying to deal with, and I take too much damage.
That was way better than practice.
Yeah.
So that Cyber Elf he equips, so he
Yeah.
falls in a pit. It saves him because he used the bird one. And it kind of skips like a cycle.
Yeah, it saves having to climb up a kind of annoying platformer. Yeah, it saves having to wait for the first part of the climb up.
So, 15 seconds?
Something like that, yeah.
This guy's just hard-headed. Just gets crashed, man.
Most of these fights aren't too bad if you know the patterns of the bosses, so... And actually, I'm glad that I got through that level without dying, because if you die anywhere before this last fight, you start all the way at the beginning, which is not too fun.
Massive time loss. So this is Neo Arcadia 2.
Yeah, this is a typical elevator climb level. So here I'm gonna ride up the elevator for a little bit, but I'm gonna do the next one. There's a iceless jump that they do, which is I think frame perfect. I have to do pretty much 3 of those, but they have 1 or 2 extra frames of leniency, so it shouldn't be too bad. But it's kind of tough on the thumbs, having to. Made it up there pretty okay. That saves a couple seconds of having to wait for the elevator.
Just like how the dash speed in this game is so smooth in comparison to like SNES games. So did I say S? I mean X.
I could do like a double iceless right there, but it's pretty difficult to do, and most of the top runners don't even do it in their runs, or at least they try it but end up missing it.
Shots of Flamberg.
Yeah. It's good that I'm going to the spiteful health because I have to damage boost a little bit.
Welcome to wannabe Yellow Devil.
Yeah.
He's green though, or whatever the heck.
I think actually his name is Green Devil. Let's see about this.
I don't know. It's been like 7 years since I played this, so I don't remember.
Yeah, I kind of got bad patterns there, so I'll have to redo that. But luckily, I'm at the end of every level. You start at the boss area, so it's not too much time lost. So I got a lot better patterns there.
Before we start the final bit of it, do we have any donations? Or you want to plug the charity?
I actually would like to talk very briefly about the charity. We are doing this event in support of Direct Relief. Direct Relief is a charity that helps people who need help because of poverty, disasters, or any sort of emergency situation by quickly delivering essential medical resources. Direct Relief works in over 70 countries and in all 50 states of the United States. Direct Relief is a perfect 100 on Charity Navigator, which evaluates charitable organizations. And they just do tons and tons of great work all over the world. I very much encourage you to check into them and donate.
So I just saved there real quick just because this whole boss rush can be pretty hectic, and that's like the last area that I show up in. If I end up dying, I won't even spawn there. If I lose all my lives, if I manage to do that, I end up all the way at the beginning of the game. There's based off saves, so it'd be really bad if I did that, but it should be fine.
You guys get to have a glimpse of all the bosses he's pretty much skipped in the first half of the game.
Like most of these bosses you haven't seen except for
This one.
yeah, pretty much Hercules. All the rest of them are part of all the optional missions. But I'll be blowing through most of them pretty much at the same speed.
Same speed and pretty much same exact tech with charity.
This fight's just very slow. It's pattern based, and there's just a little bit of RNG, but there's not much really I can do to speed this up, except for if he gives me better RNG. So during these pillar phases, he sends up any amount. I think it's
Sometimes
above
2 to 5.
anything below 4, or sometimes 5. But he's been. Oh, I accidentally hit him with a spin slash, so I get an extra pillar phase. But he's been giving me no staff throw on the side here like that. That can be really annoying because he can push you back into the zombie if you're not in the air, and you can get comboed by the zombies like really easily. So it's just really dangerous. Jump over it. So this should be good. Just one more hit.
That glowing white iframe, dude.
Yeah.
Screw that boss. He's like one of the worst bosses casually. Roly poly roly.
So the reason why I'm jump slashing Maha, even though it's a lot slower than what double slash would be, is I can't actually hit him with a double slash because his hitbox is only on his head and I can't reach up there, so I just kind of have to do this slow. There is a way to do it with my spin slash and hit him with the smaller hits, but it's a lot harder to do, and it's not a very marathon safe strat because you have to be directly in front of him the whole time, so I'm just going to do it that way and make sure I get through this.
If you ever play this game casually, you beat this boss, then you go back to Corvo, the guy you saved in that one mission where the base got raided. You would get new weapons afterward, which would be a triple rod, which is a spear, and then the shield boomerang.
That's good. I didn't get shot by that cannon there. If you don't walk there and you just dash off the ledge, he'll actually just snipe you out of the air because you come on the frame too early. So it's good that he didn't do that.
Screw this boss too.
I wait here because if you don't wait there, she spawns too high for you to do double slashes on her. So it saves a little bit of time just doing that.
If you guys are familiar with Tiki running Mega Man ZX, the forms he gets in ZX are based off the next 4 bosses he's about to fight. Leviathan, Fafnir, Phantom, and Harpoon.
That went well. These 4 bosses are probably the most difficult ones. More difficult actually than the final fight, really.
We have Naruto.
He's giving me like pretty safe patterns to deal with, so I'm gonna take a little bit more damage because I need to die at the end of this fight off this explosion, and I need to be at a certain health. I actually caught him out of a good couple of dashes there, so that was a good clean fight. So yeah, I blew up. Normally this whole animation plays and the screen will go to white and then I pop out here, but instead I just take the death and reset my manipulation for the fight here.
Hey! So shoutouts to Grand Pooh Bear about his RNG manipulation. Since he died here, Fafnir just does this pattern all day. So it's basically the Blizzard definition.
I missed a couple slashes, so
low health, done.
Missed a couple slashes, but by doing that pattern, he ends up jumping 4 times there in a row, so it makes that fight a lot easier to react to. And this is like a fun fight.
Take all those hits, man.
Thank God. That's like the scariest fight to go through.
First try Harpoya is not very easy, as I saw him die like 7 times in practice in a row.
So yeah, here Shadow blew up, but he's not actually dead. He normally just kind of is AFK during a lot of these. But as you'll notice, Mega Man X is now here, and he's actually the villain because he's obviously the bad guy. He killed all those Mavericks in the last game.
Look at that dope
so I have
armor,
to
though.
be the Punisher real quick.
He gets Mega Man 5 style sliding, diagonal down shot too. Those upgrades in 100 years.
That's pretty good. I have pretty good health going into this last bit here, so this should be good. So this is the last fight. For time, it'll be after the last hit. I'll call it out, but just be ready then.
Let your imagination go wild to what this boss looks like to you. Archangel?
And time.
Nice underestimate.
I only died once, that's the
What's your PB in this game anyway?
It's a 1945, so it wasn't too far off, but it was a pretty grungy PB at that. So
Still a marathon run and that close to PB, that's something to be proud of.
We actually had a pretty large donation here from the bottomless pockets of the person known as Anonymous, donating $120. I'm grateful to be donating to a good cause and getting quality entertainment at the same time. Thank you. And we thank you as well, Anonymous. There's one other thing. With that donation, we have actually hit a pretty big milestone for us. We are currently at $7,001.
But Turbo, the better question is, when's $7,420?
All right. So, any other comments you'd like to have? Shout-outs, mentions?
not really. Just shoutouts to the Zero community. They're really helpful. Shoutouts to Flameburger, the robot. He's amazing at this game. He makes all those iceless jumps look easy. Makes this whole game look easy.
Doesn't he have a tutorial for you to learn?
Yeah, his tutorial's really good for this game. It's if you're gonna go watch a Zero and I go watch him, he streams with his cam upside down, so that's one thing definitely to watch for. Thank you for running.
Wow.
Thank you for watching.
We did the thing, boys.
All right. So just to let you guys know, we will be cutting to break. When we come back, we will be having Mega Man 6 with Chelmy doing any percent. We're going to be having a big Mega Man 5 any percent race with some huge talent with Fasted CC, Brett Suzo, Almond City, and Feral Pigman, followed by Halo Reach to round off the night. I have been TurboDog702 for your hosting. I'm going to be passing it off to Ghost King for the next games. Please enjoy.